All right, because Angular is a bit different for these PWA tweaks, I wanted to do it as a series of videos. Mainly, we might run into some Angular versioning problems, and I didn't want to bother everybody with that. So if you're an Angular person, this will be the steps to set up for having custom icons in a manifest file and things. Yeah, so if I were to get started, it would be just to launch my GitHub desktop. Make sure we're on our Angular project. So I'm on TCA Foo Angular Bootstrap. If I were to, I guess maybe I would, here, I wasn't quite sure which direction to go, but I did have a link in here to the first-party docs for Angular PWA, and it's a new package that we have to install. We'll have to do we'll see here in a second that the first-party docs will say, do an ng add of this Angular PWA stuff. Well, I happen to know that having tried that, I get some Angular version problems. So my recommendation is to let's make sure we update our Angular apps before trying to install this new Angular module. So having brought our project up in GitHub Desktop, I can open it up in a command prompt or Windows Terminal here. And to do the update would be ng update. And I think we want to update two of the Angular packages, the @Angular, and then I've done this before, so I can just auto-complete that line. But we're going to update the @Angular CLI, the @Angular core, and maybe we'll also update the @ng bootstrap /ng bootstrap. So that kind of wraps there. It's a little bit hard to look at, but we're updating three packages using the Angular command line: Angular CLI, Angular core, and ng bootstrap. So let's press enter there, cross our fingers and toes, and see if this successfully updates everything. Repository is not clean, so for some reason if I do a git status, I have some things there, but somewhere on here it says you can always do a restore, because I don't have any changes. I don't know why it actually sees those as changes, right? GitHub Desktop doesn't show me any changes. So before running that, I might do a git restore. * is kind of a glob to restore everything. I'll up arrow to get that other command line. Now cross my fingers and toes that it updates everything. When it's done, I will probably do a commit, because I'll look at the package.json and see, oh yeah, we've just updated our Angular project from whatever it was formerly to the latest version of the CLI core and ng bootstrap. We can kind of see right now it's at the place where at the bottom there it is updating package.json. Then comes the more critical part. It will install all the new updated NPM packages or node modules, which if you encounter problems, this is where it will be as it's installing packages. If you're doing this on your own and you encounter problems, certainly post or chat at me in Teams or in your channel, and I can make sure anybody who wants to do this with their Angular app that we get through it successfully. Maybe as that's going, I'll copy this command line. Probably a good thing to post as a diary commit when we preview these changes before committing them. I have a good feeling about this, that it's not going to error out, but I've been wrong before. It does look like we're going from 15.1.6 to 15.2.7, right? So, and typically if I'm working on an Angular app before it's been released, it's pretty common to want to keep updating it. Once an application has been released, then you can't maybe be so cavalier about, always upgrading to the latest and greatest. It might have to be more of a coordination with your team and making sure it can be tested and things like that. So looks like I got a check there, package successfully installed. If I just peek at GitHub Desktop, the only changes are in package.json, package lock as well, but I kind of ignore that one. And we went from 15.1 to 15.2.8 for all the Angular core stuff, right? And also, this one's a little bit, plays a mind trick on me, but we went from ng Bootstrap 14.01 to 14.11, right? So, and some other updates as well. So we'll say updated Angular packages before adding service worker. I'll commit that and push that. And then in interest of keeping this more of a shorter demo or playlist, I'll stop this video and we'll come back and do the next step.